What's up, fellow goats? Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Gaming. Now, we're back with NBA2K18 rebuilds. The last one we did was the Celtics one on Thanksgiving. And, of course, for poll in the comments, the Timberwolves have the most votes with 2. That's right, I have no viewers. Actually, 232 subscribers to be exact, but as of Tuesday morning. But anyway, today we're going to be rebuilding the Timberwolves. Or I should not really say rebuilding. I should say reloading, because this team has a very young, bright future ahead of them. And they've already pretty much been rebuilt by their GM, who's a beast. I'd say they're one of like the 4 teams with the brightest futures in the NBA. You have the Timberwolves, of course, the Sixers, probably the Bucks, and the Celtics, who lost last night. Celtics took that L to my Pistons. But anyway, let's look at this team. So, big 3, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins. None of them are going to get traded. I think Karl-Anthony Towns will win an MVP one day. I thought going into the season he was the best young player in the league. Had the most potential. I mean, that obviously goes to Giannis. Jimmy Butler, very good young, or 28, sort of young, but very good. These two do need new contracts at the end of the second offseason if we don't win the championship by then. So that does kind of suck. Andrew Wiggins, he did just get a new contract. He is from Kansas. You guys know I'm a Kansas fan. Funny story about that draft. So Andrew Wiggins and Joel Embiid were probably the 2 most talented players going into that draft. And now they still debatably are. Jokic is probably better than Wiggins, but other than Jokic, Wiggins and Embiid are the best players in that draft class. Wiggins and Embiid are the best first rounders. Let's just say that. Embiid had the injury, and going into the draft, they were the 2 best players, and they both went to Kansas. But I thought the best player in this draft class was Jabari Parker, who was the guy in the middle and didn't even go to Kansas. I was like the Bucks. They loved Jabari. They took Jabari. Jabari's a great player, but too many injury concerns. Jeff Teague, I think we can get a better point guard than Jeff Teague. Pretty big deal. I'm going to trade him. Taj Gibson, big contract. Bye-bye. Jamal Crawford, do not know what I'm going to do with him because he's old, but he's not on a terrible contract. Gorgie Jang, I like Gorgie Jang, but that is a ginormous contract. Nemanja Bjelica, I don't really care what I do with him. Shabazz Muhammad, he might ask for a decently sized contract in free agency, so I'm probably going to trade him. Aaron Brooks, did not know he was on the Timberwolves. If I keep him, that's fine. Cole Aldridge, former Jayhawk. Tyus Jones, I kind of want to hold on to him. He's a pretty good young player. Justin Patton, he was their first round pick from Creighton. He was in the Jimmy Butler trade. They got the Bulls' first round pick. Anthony Brown, he used to play for the Lakers, I believe, yeah. Marcus Georges-Hunt, I don't really know much about him, and that's it. So, let's make some trades. We are trading Nemanja Bjelica, do not know why he was worth 2 stars to the Hawks. Shabazz Muhammad and 4 second-rounders to the Hawks, 4 their first-round pick, and 2 scrubs. I'm not going to tank this year, but you still have to get the Hawks pick even if you're not tanking, because that pick's going to be so valuable in the offseason. We can get a really good player out of it. We traded Jay Crossover, Jamal Crawford, Aaron Brooks, Ty Lawson. We signed Ty Lawson in free agency, and Terrence Jones. We also signed in free agency to the Hawks for some scrubs and their pick next year. Assuming the Hawks suck this year, that pick is going to be worth a lot in the offseason as well. Someone we got in the Atlanta Hawks trade was Miles Plumlee. Of course, he's on a gigantic contract, so I'm not really looking to pay him that. We're going to trade him to the Chicago Bulls for the undrafted rookie Antonio Blakeney, who's actually done pretty good for the Bulls so far. Him, of course, Lauri Markkanen's had a very good start. I mean, the Bulls still suck, but he's actually been pretty good for them. Okay, so this is a pretty big trade. We're trading Taj Gibson, Jeff Teague, some other decent players, Tyus Jones, and Gorgie Jang, as well as 2 first-round picks to the Celtics for Jabari Bird, Semi Ojeleye, and Jaylen Brown. So we're going to have Jaylen Brown on the team for our second straight rebuild because we just did the Celtics, and we had Jaylen Brown. So off camera, I traded Darren Williams and someone else who signed in free agency. I also signed Darren Williams in free agency. I forget who the other player was. But we got a first-round pick and John Lore from the Pistons, and the first-round pick was in, like, 2020. So I'm going to try to trade John Lore and Marcus Georges-Hunt to the Toronto Raptors for OG Anunoby and this McKinney guy. OG Anunoby is a very solid young player. I really liked OG Anunoby coming out of college. I think he's doing pretty decent for the Raptors so far. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised they did this straight up, but we traded Chris Bosh, a future first, which was in the John Lore trade, and Cole Aldridge to the Charlotte Hornets for Kemba Walker. Chris Bosh, of course, was a free agent, so basically, we traded Cole Aldrich for Kemba Walker because we got that first round pick for free agent. So, Cole Aldrich for Kemba Walker. Not too shabby. We are trading some scrubs and 2 second-round picks to the Lakers for Kyle Kuzma and some more scrubs. We need a power forward, and Kyle Kuzma's pretty good, and I've always wanted to trade for him. I've never traded for him, so that's a good trade. Here's a look at our rotation. Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Kuzma, and Karl Anthony Towns. Our bench is absolutely horrendous. Jaylen Brown, OG Anunoby, and Semi Ojeleye or Samanjaway. OG Jawanjaway. We should be pretty good this year. I don't quite know about championship good, but this is definitely a pretty good team. So at the end of the season, Karl Anthony Towns makes All-NBA second team. His stats did get a little worse. So that makes sense because we have players like Jimmy Butler now. His rebounds did go up, but we didn't really have any other big rebounder on this team. Any other, probably Jimmy, maybe all defense. Yeah, all defense second team for Jimmy Butler. He only put up 15 points. Karl Anthony Towns also made all defense second team. Maybe Kuzma on an all-rookie team, all-rookie second team for Kuzma, 13 and 8. That's actually a pretty good season. Pretty efficient. So we were the 6th seed. We only won 45 games. The Pelicans were the 3rd seed. Anthony Davis is going to expose Kyle Kuzma. This team is pretty much exactly the same. They added Jared Dudley. Did not know Jameer Nelson was on the Pelicans. So all they added was Jared Dudley. So we should probably... We're the better team, but they're the 3 seed, so we might not win. And... Okay, great. We win in 6. We're going to get swept. 2K loves the Rockets. I do normally terrible against the Rockets, as well as the Warriors. Those are, like, my 2, like, yuck. And, okay, we lose in 5. At least we won a game. Cavs, Warriors, and the Warriors win in 5. Once again, just like last year. So, in the NBA draft, we have the 2nd projected pick from the Atlanta Hawks. And it drops to 3. So, obviously, we did get screwed, but normally it's a lot worse. It's normally like 2 to 4, or 2 to 5, or 1 to 4. So, the 3rd pick, definitely not bad. We also, do we have the Jazz's pick? I'm not sure. No, we don't. The Jazz have the 12th pick, so we only have that Hawks pick at number 3. I'm probably going to draft a player and maybe trade them. I don't really know yet. The draft was an absolute steal. We got the 5th pick from the Cavs for the Jazz pick next year. Our pick next year, as well as 4 other scrubs, because the top 2 picks were Colin Sexton and DeAndre Ayton. So we got Bagley at 3, and then Michael Porter fell to 5. So we got Bagley and Michael Porter, which is absolutely insane. So in free agency, I'm just looking for trade assets. So we're going to sign Brook Lopez and David Nwaba. I do not need Brook Lopez. I'm probably just going to trade him. We have 20K left, so I'm probably going to be able to offer some minimum contracts. So, I wanted to get a player who I've never gotten, like James Harden or Kawhi Leonard or Anthony Davis, but they were untouchable, so we're trading the Hawks pick, another first, Brook Lopez, Marvin Bagley, and Michael Porter to the Knicks for Kristaps Porzingis. I know we traded a lot, but I think it's worth it because Kristaps is a beast. A lot of our rotation is complete, but we do need some backup, so we're trading Nemanja Bjelica, who I just signed, a 2nd-round pick, and BP3, Brandon Paul, to the Toronto Raptors for Jonas Valanciunas. Or Sionis, I think it's Valanciunas. We are trading Trey Burke, who I just signed, and David Nwaba, who I also just signed, to the Chicago Bulls for a backup power forward, and that's going to be Bobby Portis, solid young player. It was Kyle Kuzma who was a backup power forward, but I moved him to small forward because he's better there. So all now we need is a backup. We're trading Jordan Crawford, Ty Lawson, Willie Reed, and someone else who I signed in free agency, but I can't think of, to the Milwaukee Bucks for a backup point guard, which is going to be Eric Bledsoe. For a backup, he's really good. And a 1st-round pick as well, so we are fleecing them. We're going to get an upgrade at backup center as we're trading Darren Hilliard, Quinn Cook, I think Ersan Ilyasova, I just signed all 3 of them, and Jonas Valanciunas to the Utah Jazz for Rudy Gobert. So we're swapping Jonas Valanciunas for Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I think that's... So here's a look at the team at player progression. This team is absolutely stacked. Karl Anthony Towns, Kristaps, Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy G Buckets, Kemba Walker, Rudy Gobert off the bench, Andrew Wiggins, Eric Bledsoe, Jaylen Brown, Kyle Kuzma, and Bobby Portis, and I also signed Thabo Sefolosha. So, this team is stacked. Let's look at the rotation. Here's a look at the rotation. Kemba Walker, Jimmy G Buckets, Andrew Wiggins, Kristaps Porzingis, and Karl Anthony Towns off the bench, Rudy Gobert, Eric Bledsoe, Jaylen Brown, Kyle Kuzma, and Bobby Portis. This team is absolutely stacked. We should win the championship, but of course, anything can happen in 2K. So at the end of the year, we won 56-26. We have a 2 seed. The Warriors won 70 games, and we're the 1 seed. So in the first round, we have the Los Angeles Clippers, and this team is very similar. They added Jonas Valanciunas. Yeah, we traded into the Jazz. Patrick Beverly still on this team, and Davis is now on. So this team is very similar. We should easily beat them. And we will, right? Yeah, I think we should sweep them right out. But no. Oh my gosh. Don't lose. Okay, we have the Rockets. One of the 2 teams that I absolutely hate playing in 2K. The other, of course, is the Warriors. They added Bojan Bogdanovic, JJ Barea, Yogi Ferrell. So their bench is a little different, but probably a little better, to be honest. So that's not great. And, okay, we win in 7. Wow, now we have the Golden State Warriors. I'd be surprised if we won. This team is really good. Really good. They have Devontae Graham. Oh, we're going to get killed. I'm a Kansas fan. We're going to get killed. And, okay, we lose in 6. Could have been worse. And the Warriors sweep the Bucks in the finals. So we have a bunch of players that we need to re-sign, which sucks. But we're going to do it. So of all the players that wanted to re-sign, the only one I could re-sign in the middle of the season was Karl Anthony Towns. So Jimmy Butler's going to decline. So Jimmy Butler, Kemba Walker, Kristaps, Bobby Portis, and Eric Bledsoe are the players who matter and we need to re-sign. But we do have bird rates on all of them. So hopefully we can get all. So after the first round of free agency, we're able to bring back Jimmy Butler, Kemba Walker, and Eric Bledsoe. Kristaps and Bobby Portis are restricted, and I'm probably going to trade Bobby Portis because I'm not really looking to pay him a lot. But I do want to re-sign him for the trade value, so I'm just going to offer Kristaps and Bobby Portis just to get it. Oh, where the hell is Bobby Portis? Tony Bradley is an 80. And the Jazz did not bring him back with their team option. That's pretty dumb. Here's Bobby Portis. Okay. We get Chris. Okay. We need to clear up some cap space. That is bad. Let's clear up some cap space. We are trading a lot, and I really don't want to trade all this. We're trading Rudy Gobert 2 firsts, a second, and Jaylen Brown to the Mavericks for their first-round pick. I'm getting their first-round pick just to clear up cap space to bring Kristaps back. I think this first-round pick can get us an absolute beast. And I think we should still have a pretty good bench, hopefully, even though we're trading Rudy Gobert and Jaylen Brown, who I believe were our 2 best bench players. So I feel like we're losing in this trade, but we need to bring back Kristaps. You guys are probably confused why Octagonal Gaming is being offered for Kristaps Porzingis. So I matched the offer for Kristaps Porzingis, but it didn't register. So I'm figuring it's fair that I get him back because I did match it. I pressed the button. And even if I didn't, I meant to, and I had enough cap space with bird rights. So I'm trading Octagonal Gaming. I put him in my draft class, just so you guys could know it's me. And because I wanted to give myself pink hair. I don't have a black beard, by the way, though. I don't look like James Harden. But I'm getting Kristaps back because it is fair. Because I did accept his offer thingy-majiggy. I have a feeling you guys are probably pissed at me for trading Jaylen Brown. So I traded 5 players I just got in free agency who are scrubs to the Dallas Mavericks for Jaylen Brown. So now we have him back. If I can get a good backup big man, that would be cool. I probably want someone cheaper than Rudy Gobert, though. This time we really traded a lot. We traded Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, that pick from Dallas, and 3 scrubs. 2 of the Trailblazers for Damian Lillard. So I'm thinking Kemba's going to be the 6th man off the bench. I do want to get Kyle Kuzma back. If I can't, that's fine. But he's still a pretty good young player who's cheap and good. So I do want him back. I do need some more backups, though. I need a new backup power forward because we don't have Portis. I need a new backup big man because we don't have, what's his face? Rudy Gobert. We've solved the power forward situation by trading Norman Powell and Justin Anderson. I signed in free agency, shocker, to the Atlanta Hawks for John Collins. He's 21 years old, but he's really good. He's an 81 overall. He's a beast. We are trading Rodney McGruder, Amir Johnson, and Kylo Quinn to the Cavs for Jay Crowder and Seti Osman. So Jay Crowder, he's not quite as good as Kyle Kuzma, but I'll take it. I mean, if I can get Kyle Kuzma for those 2, I will, but probably not. And Jay Crowder is a fine player. So those 2 players in the Cavs trade, Osman and Jake Crowder, as well as Trevor Ariza, will get his Kyle Kuzma back. So what I'm thinking is we have no more assets to get a backup big man. So I'm just going to go with a 9-man rotation. Towns and Kristaps can handle it because they're beasts. So I did some off-camera trades and free agency signings and stuff. And we will have a backup big man after all. It's going to be DeAndre Jordan. So let's look at rotation. Looking at the rotation, I think this team is probably better than last year, but the Warriors and Rockets are coming after us. So here's the rotation: Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Kristaps Porzingis, and Karl-Anthony Towns off the bench. Kemba, DeAndre Jordan, Jaylen Brown, John Collins, and Kyle Kuzma. And these are some other players we have on the team. We brought Bazzi back. Shabazz Muhammad, that's fine, I don't really care. So let's win ourselves a championship. So at the end of season 2, we go 56-26. We're the 3 seed. The Rockets won 58 games, the Warriors won 66. I am very scared of the Warriors. They went like 30-1 to start the season. So in the first round, we have Lonzo Ball, I'm guessing, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh wow, they actually got Luka Doncic and Lonzo Ball. So the Luka Doncic, Lonzo Ball connection, as well as Brandon Ingram, Jordan Clarkson, Will Barton, Larry Nance, Greg Monroe, Dwayne Dedmon. This is actually not a bad team. Where's Kyle Kuzma? Wink, wink. But we should win. I'm going to say in 5 games, maybe 6. That's actually a pretty decent team. And don't lose in first round. Thank you. We win in 7. So now we have the New Orleans Pelicans. I guess they upset the Rockets. Boogie and Anthony Davis versus... No, what am I doing? Boogie and AD versus Kristaps and Towns. But after those two, they have J.J. Redick. I think they traded J.J. Redick for Drew Holiday. Jeff Green, okay, we're going to get killed. They have Boban. Each more, James Ennis, and Darius Thornwell. This guy's a fun name. Arvidas Vergrine. Okay, not really that fun if I can't say it. We should win the series. And we win in 5. Great. And, The Warriors. The Warriors have already lost 4 games in this playoffs. They're 8-4. So they haven't been flawless. Same big 3. Pretty much the exact same team. The best player they added was Maurice Harkless. Devontae Graham has not played a single sec. Actually, he had a rebound. He's played a grand total of, 3 minutes in his career? He's played 3 minutes. Wow, that's pretty sad. Can we win? Come on. Oh, my word. We just came back from a 3-0 lead. Okay. Warriors choking 3-1 leads. That's out the window. They choked a 3-0 lead. Just like if the Pistons rebuild against the Timberwolves in the finals. I think it was either 3-0 or 3-1. Kind of funny as that was the Timberwolves. Now the Cavs. We should smoke them. Even though the Cavs are a good team, they have RJ Barrett. Okay, that's not good for us. But their 5th best player is Mike Muscala, OG, Monte Morris, Rodney McGruder. So their bench is pretty much horrendous. But LeBron, Kevin Love, RJ Barrett, we should win. We should win in probably 5 games. They have a bright future of RJ Barrett. Win game 1, we lose game 2. We lose game 3. We win game 4. We lose game 5. And I don't get this game. I don't know how I cannot make the Timberwolves an NBA Finals championship. Try that again. Karl-Anthony Towns, then Kristaps Porzingis, Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Kemba Walker, DeAndre Jordan, Jaylen Brown, John Collins, and Kyle Kuzma cannot win a championship. 2K in a nutshell. I traded them my truth for some robbers.